Hey, so I just brought, a few weeks ago actually, I brought a Peavey Bandit transtube series US made Bandit 112, and I read about it and it's absolutely a really good amp. It's got a lot of good stuff about it on the internet. So I found one in Cash Converters for about, I think it was £82, I think it was, reduced from 100. Reluctant to get it, but then I read about it and I thought, yeah, man, I've got to get this amp. I've already got a few amps. I got another Peavey amp, which is a 30 watt, and I've got in the house. I've got a big Fender amp, twin, and I've got a Peavey bass amp as well, which is about 90 watts. So I've got a few Peaveys now. But anyway, this one here, I'll show you. Found it in Cash Converters, and I'm like, whoa, I wonder if that's any good. So I researched about it, and yeah, it's really good. Designed in the USA. So yeah, plugged it in the shop before I brought it. I tested it and it seemed to be okay. It was a really cackly there on the clean channel. So yeah, went and got some money out and brought it, carried it home. It's quite heavy. Carried it to the car. But then I got it home and plugged it in, and problems started happening. Well, one problem. The clean channel, so you got you got high gain, low gain, and then you've got your volume clean channel there with a vintage or modern switch. Okay, then you got your switch there to switch from clean, and that switches it over to this. This is where the fun happens. This is all your distortion, man, and the distortion on this thing is absolutely brutal. And then we got reverb, presence, and then you got tight or loose, and then power. Yeah, I have it up there. It's the way it is, you know what I mean? What was happening though, on the clean channel only, I'd turn the volume up to about there, and between there and there it would go really, really loud, and then as soon as it went past it, it went quiet again, and then it just gradually increased. So there was a problem with the pot, basically. So I got a volume pedal to temporarily work around it. Then I started thinking, okay, let's have a look and see if I can fix it. So I took that bit out and took the board out the back, had a look at the electrics, and I've come across this. This is what is behind there. Okay, and there's a couple of clips on it, and then inside that is one of these. And when you turn the dial, your dial, there's a little sensor, potentiometer, that goes around them black lines. But as you can see, the black lines have gone from the middle. So that was the problem. So what I did was I desoldered it and I took it out. Sourced the internet far and wide for a replacement pot. Now for this amp in particular, Bandit 112, I couldn't find the exact same pot. Each pot has a different frequency. Like your low might be 80 frequency, and the mid might be a 50, but the volume pot was 100. Now because I couldn't find one for this exact model, what I did was I looked at the other Bandit 112 studio amp. It's exactly the same, it looks the same as well, and I thought, well, why don't I just get a volume pot off a Bandit Studio 112 100 frequency and try that. It should work, So ordered the part. I got it for about 12 quid plus postage. It came from Spain, and basically I just soldered it back in, So obviously there's 2 clips, you solder them underneath the board, and then there's normally 4 pins on that, but obviously this one's knackered, so I just really finely soldered them back in place, and it works. Really chuffed with it now. It sounds brilliant. The clean channels, there's no cackling. This volume pot works well. Done a good job. So this is what I've done. This is a photo, and these are inside the PCB board with the volume and tone pots and stuff. I'll use this one as an example. So this one's got 2 brackets holding it in place. You can see them there. There's the first one, there's the second one. So you basically have to unsolder them and then 4, and then that'll come off. Okay, get your new part and then put them in place, and then you make sure these 4 pieces go through, and then spot solder them there, and that's all it is. And make sure you use flux. Just put a bit of flux on that. Okay, if that ring comes off, which mine did, all you got to do is, before you put that on, before you put the hooks in, just put the ring on, and then put the pot in place, put some flux down, and then just solder it, and job's a good one. That's all you need to do. So I'll give you a demonstration. Okay, here we go. So clean channel, I'm on the lead. Right, here we go. Clean channel. Works fine now. Works fine. That was the problem. It just went really loud there. That's sorted now, that is. But this is the fun part. This is the fun part. Right, let's sort it out. Pre-gain up to 10. Get them in the middle. Turn the post gain down. Switch that over to lead. So yeah, I'm happy I managed to sort that out. This is where the fun starts now. I'll turn these down for you. works or not. Amplifier is fixed. But yeah, I just realised that that low one seems to be a little bit dodgy. It's working. A little bit cackly. Listen. It was when I was playing. Yeah, that's working. Well, there you go. It is a great amplifier, and I'm glad I brought it, even though it did need fixing, but I love fixing things anyway, so it gives me something to do. But cool. Happy days. I'm happy. Thanks for watching. I hope if someone else has got this problem with the volume pot, that's how you fix it. You might know already, but there we go. Yeah, it's basically use flux. I'll put it away now. Use some flux down there. Use some flux when you're soldering. Okay, and just be careful when you take that part out. Just be careful, because there's little rings on the circuit board on PCB, so one of them did come off, but just hook it back on there when you put the new one on. Hook it back on this little part here, bit of flux, and then it just rests back in place normally. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you again soon. Bye bye.